So it is time for the May 2024 market update. So to begin with, we're going to look at average days on market. Average days on market are very simply this. They are the number of days the home is actively listed for sale to the public. If we look at that number as of the end of May 2024, it tells us that it's 26.3 days. If we compare that number a year ago, May 23, what we see is that number was 25 days on market. So if we look at that, we would say the market has gotten a little bit better for buyers. Things are staying on the market a little longer year over year. And then from April 24 to May of 24, so month over month, we saw that number drop again from 31.2 all the way down to 26.2. So we're seeing that number decrease. What does that mean? Well, one is it's spring. Some of that's a little bit seasonal. But we are seeing it's very aggressive and it's a very strong market. A lot of buyers, not a lot of homes. So next, let's jump to absorption rate. Now, what is absorption rate? So absorption rate is very simply this. If no new homes are listed today, how long would it take for all the homes that are on the market, actively listed right now to the public for sale, to be sold? Well, at the end of May, that number was 1.65 months. Let's look at last month to compare that. In April, it was 1.57. So we saw that increase just a little from 1.57 to 1.65. Well, a year ago at the end of May, that was a 0.96. We literally had less than 1 month of inventory on the market. Just to put this in perspective, it would be wonderful if we saw about 3, at least an absorption rate of 3, so we have 3 months worth of inventory. That's a little bit healthier. It gives buyers time to find a home. It gives sellers time to sell their home and find a home. Next, let's look at sold to original list price. So this is a very simple calculation. Again, it is whatever a home was originally listed for, not if they've had a price reduction. What percent of that original list price did the home sell for? Well, at the end of May 2024, that number was 98.4. So how does that compare to year over year? Well, last year that number was 99.3 at the end of May. What it simply means is that the homes that hit the market are slowly, as the market adjusts, being priced a little better and a little more according to what the market actually is willing to pay for these homes. So make sure that if you're in the market for a home, you're speaking to people who are in the market daily and understand what's going on behind the scenes. They understand the numbers and they're able to give you some really good, solid advice. So the next one we're going to look at is active listings. What's an active listing? An active listing is very simply that. How many homes were actively listed to the public for sale at the end of the month? Well, at the end of May, just a few days ago, 2024, that was 970. What that was a year ago at the end of May was 617, a significant jump. How does that compare just in the last 30 days? So at the end of April, that number was 907. So we still saw a jump. The next number we want to look at are going to be new listings. So not how many are active, but how many were actually put on the market as brand new listings in the month of May 2024. Well, that number was 901. If we compare that to year over year, last year in May, we saw 807. So here's what the pricing was at the end of May 2024. The median average sold price for Knox County at the end of May 2024, that number was $389,450. That is up from $375,000 when you compare it to the end of April. So we saw an increase once again in home prices. Let's compare that to a year ago. Well, last May that number was $383,400. This year, remember, it was $389,450. It's only up about 1.6% over last May. What we are seeing, as I said earlier, is still a good seller's market. It's a great time to sell a home. So what do all the numbers mean? Here's what they mean. You see a little bit of a decrease in days on market. You see a little bit of an increase in the sold to original list price. But you see a lot more homes on the market. Why? How is that even possible? Well, here's why. We are still seeing sellers have to adjust to this current market. Buyers are in the market. They're looking for homes. There's more buyers than homes. But at the same time, buyers are more cautious than they were 2 years ago. They're not going to buy a home that's way overpriced. Anyone who's unrealistic about what they're doing with their home, unless they just have the perfect home in the perfect spot and they overprice it, that home's going to sit for a while. If it has work that needs done to it, that home could sit for a while. Numbers can be very confusing. The best thing I can tell any of you who are looking to buy a home is reach out to us if you haven't. If you have, and you have questions about these market updates, call me, text me. We would be glad to help you with those questions. If you haven't reached out to us yet, set up that Zoom meeting. Let's go ahead and get the process started. If you haven't already subscribed, please do that below. And until next time, I can't wait to see you around Knoxville really soon.